The NIES 2026 is not just for companies working in the oil and gas space. At NIES Engineering, we're diversifying, and part of what we want to do is to provide services for those who are already operating in the oil and gas space. Also, it might interest you to know that to show our legacy in the energy space, the Managing Director of NIES Engineering, Josephine, Nwaeze, was yesterday awarded the Woman in Energy 2026 at the NIES Summit that was held yesterday at the villa. So it's a thing of joy for us, and we are happy that our efforts are being recognized in the Nigerian energy sector.
Please welcome Lady Josephine Nwaeze. Welcome to the seat on the podium. Joining thanks.
Lady Josephine here. Let's see how much of green modernization your company has injected into services delivery and sustainable delivery of energy resource.
Thank you so much, and good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. NIES Engineering have a long history of grid modernization. We started since 1983, that's about 42 years now, and we had constructed quite a number of projects across the 6 geopolitical zones. Talking about grid modernization to us is not a one-off process, it's not one process, it's a combination of processes. I'm beginning with building substations. We built 2 by 60 MPa 13233 substation in Oka, the capital of Anambra State. This project is very strategic to power the eastern region. Strategic in the sense that it powers the entire Anambra State and its environs. Even the passenger and cargo airport in Anambra has a dedicated line that powers it from these same substations. So how did we get here? This project has a lot of we put a lot of facilities to be able to serve the purpose for which it was built, like SCADA systems, automation, fiber optic communications network. Why do we apply all this? This is, in practical terms, to help detecting fault on time and to do something about it before it could be escalated. And this particular substation generates about 120 megawatts of electricity. So that's just about the substation. We had a very deep experience in the area of transmission line as well. In the year, like about 20-something years ago, we built transmission line project from Gombe to Damaturu. That is about 330 kV substation line. So we applied a lot of smart resources and methods in our projects. And coming to upgrade, we do a lot of upgrade systems or projects. Everyone in Nigeria knows that most of our communication networks are either obsolete or very old. And in the course of the project we have executed over time, we have done a lot of upgrade to ensure that new network lines are introduced where the obsolete ones can no longer transmit power to the end users. And then that brings me to the issue of renewable energy. Thank God the Ari champion is here, and I'm sure he's going to take us on a long journey. So we also have supplied energy to underserved and unserved areas, because we are fully involved in World Bank projects, renewable energy coordinated by Renewable Energy but funded by World Bank, where we provide energy to unserved communities, underserved communities. And that brings us to isolated mini-grid. Some of these communities in the villages, they are not close to the grid. So we do isolated mini-grid where we apply smart meters. Every household, will be connected, will be given smart meter. And because of the economic value it has introduced, the community is happy to buy energy. So it has actually improved their economic value. And despite isolated mini grid, we also, despite isolated mini grid, we also build interconnected mini grids, which brings to bear you have to connect, work with discos and everything. So apparently, we had done a lot in our long history of existence. We've actually done a lot in injecting or contributing to grid modernization in Nigeria. My parting words would be that the best way to improve on the grid is to be intentional, to have an intentional funding, to have innovative engineering, and then to encourage PPP, that's a public-private partnership. I believe that when this comes to play, it will go a long way.
Thank you very much, man. Yes, please.